Next up is Sword Art Online 2, Part 1, the dub version. You know, the dub from not Aniplex. I have no idea. I think it's Aniplex. I don't even know. I don't care what the fuck dub it. Either way, Sword Art Online 2, Part 1. What I mean by Part 1 is the first half, the Gun Gale Online arc. I stopped watching during the second, the second or third episodes of Season 2 because it was really painfully bland and it just felt like filler, so I just stopped watching it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of Sword Art Online. I watched the entirety of the first series and I didn't like it. So you're probably wondering, well, why the fuck do you want to watch Part 1 of Season 2? Because I heard it improved. I heard the Gun Gale Online arc actually was an improvement, and I heard it was good. Well, not great, but competent. And I even heard from people who hated the first half, said that it was actually okay. So I went into it with low expectations. I went into it expecting it to be okay. And I pretty much got that. It was okay. You know, it wasn't, I mean, yeah, it still had some of the same problems as the first series did. Kirito is still an overpowered Gary Stu. But regardless of such, you know, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, it could have been a lot worse. I did like Death Gun. I thought that was a pretty cool villain. I was kind of dumb that they revealed the twist in the fucking opening. Like, I knew the kid was going to be related to Death Gun in some way. You wanna know why? They spoiled it in the opening. Which, the opening theme is awesome, but it spoiled the twist in the opening. Great job there, guys. Before you look up the opening now, and you'll see the twist coming a mile away because of what they do. But one thing they also did, which was a big improvement from the first one, they actually added a female character worth a damn. Sinon, yeah, she's a female character that's not only useful, she's not useless, but she also has a character arc. Holy fucking shit, groundbreaking shit right there. But yeah, she has a character arc. You know, she has post-traumatic stress disorder, and you'll see that in the series because of she took a gun and she shot someone during a bank robbery. I believe it was a bank robbery anyway. It's been a while since I watched it, but yeah, it was a very, very tragic moment in her life, and because of that, she has a fear of wielding guns. So she went into Gun Gale Online to try and become champion, so she could sort of get rid of that fear. She doesn't become champion, but at the same time, she does face her fear, and she does get help. And I still don't think Kirito is a good character. Not because he's necessarily unlikable, he's just boring. And he's a Gary Stu. Gary Stus are boring as well, because they really don't have many flaws with them. But if I can say one thing about Kirito is that I did think when he was talking to Sinon, that's some of Kirito's best moments. You know, because they're actually talking to each other. And I'm not talking about the exposition moment where they talk about what Death Gun's probably doing and then they magically turn out to be right about the whole thing. Stupid. But regardless of such, when they're just talking about their own emotional moments and the stuff that they went through, it's actually pretty good. It's actually well done. The voice actors did a great job as well. It was one of the few moments where I actually felt Kirito actually felt like a fucking human being. You know? I mean, so, not great. I'd even argue it's probably not even good, but it was at least okay. It was better than the first series, by far. It was better than anything in the first series. One thing that pissed me off, though, is the flashback to the, what was that? It was that group of players in Sword Art Online. They flashed back to Sword Art Online, and apparently there was this thing that went down in Sword Art Online where they had to fight a group of people, a group of red players. For those of you that don't know, they're players that kill people in the game, and in Sword Art Online, when you die in the game, you die for real. You don't come back. So, that's essentially what happened, and, they had to fight a group like that, and there was a group of, just a group of assholes. They might as well be terrorists in the game. So, doing that, and, you know, Kirito and Asuna and a couple of other players had to group together and stop them. So, yeah, that very cool idea. Would have liked to seen it in the first series. Seriously, this is the first time they just added it to it in the second season. Okay, look, I understand that the light novel or the manga or whatever this was didn't obviously think of that when they were making the original show. I hope not, anyway. If they did, I would be pissed. But why wasn't that in the first anime? In the first anime, you had like tons of fucking filler in the Sword Art Online arc, quote unquote. Why didn't you have that? Why didn't you have... It fucking pissed me off. It's like, why didn't we get to see this? This would have been cool. This would have actually done something. But no, they didn't bother doing that. Whatever. Fuck it. Yeah, whatever. that really pissed me off. But whatever. You know, Sword Art Online 2. It's better. But still not good. I don't think I'm gonna watch anything more though, because I hear it's the best arc that they've ever had, and even though they have more arcs, I'm probably not gonna bother with it. So yeah, that's probably, I'm done with Sword Art Online. I'm done. The next one is Sonic Boom Season 1. Season 1 of Sonic Boom recently ended, and they're in production of Season 2, and it's okay. It's better than Sword Art Online 2. But I'm sure I'm gonna get like angry hate mail for saying that. If anyone watches this video, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a dislike for that. People will unsubscribe from my channel. Oh no. But yeah, Sonic Boom Season 1. It's good. You know, it's funny when it wants to be. You know, it's definitely one of the best American-made. Actually, it's made in French. Fuck it, whatever. It's one of the better video game adaptations. I like it. I thought it was a fun show, you know? The animation seems to have gotten a little worse as time goes on, but it's still not bad animation. I can't say it is, because at least it's still fluid enough. At least the characters don't move in weird ways, so... Overall, though, I did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to Season 2. So, hopefully we'll get a Sonic Boom 2 for the Wii U, made by, oh shit, Big Red Button's dead. They'll find some way to do it. Bring back Sonic Boom, sequel. Who's with me? Who's with me? Come on, you had to be with me, right? Right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Might as well ruin his reputation even more. Oh, the Sonic fan base. Oh, that's it though. Next up is Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, the dub. This is actually the first thing Fates related that I've actually watched, and I liked it. I mean, to be fair, I actually tried to watch the original 2006 Fate Stay Night. You know, the one that everyone hates. I tried to watch it, and yeah, I can see why people hate it. I mean, I guess since I'm not a Fate fan, I just got into the series after all. I guess that's why I'm not pissed off about it. But Fate Stay Night, the Dean version, I believe it's usually called, because it's just called Fate Stay Night, in the original 2006 anime. It's so fucking boring. I admire some of the effort, but it's fucking boring. It is boring as hell. Even the action scenes aren't even that great. Thankfully, Unlimited Blade Works tosses that out of the water. Seriously, Unlimited Blade Works was so much better. I know there have been complaints that it doesn't go over everything the Fate series has to offer. Because I know, like, you know, Fate Stay Night, I know about, the game has multiple endings. It has 3 different pathways you can choose, and each of them have their own stories. They make the hero, Shiro Emiya, or the hero of justice, or whatever. You know, Shiro Emiya, you know, the moron. They make him go through 3 different routes, and, you know, they have different winners and everything. Pretty much the story is different depending on what path you choose. So, I understand that, but, you know, I felt with what they could have done, because, to be fair, the problem with adaptations like this, or even video game adaptations, the problem with stuff like this is that, you know, if it is a really big thing, a really big story, it's impossible to get it down in, like, as many episodes as they had. And to be fair, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works had, like, 30 episodes. Not, you know, and that's counting the hour-long episodes being split into their own episodes. So yeah, Yeah, but I was really impressed with it. The animation is fucking gorgeous. Seriously, like it blows the. Jesus Christ, the animation, what an upgrade. Like, I know, like, Fate Zero had the same animation team and same animation style, but Jesus Christ, the animation is movie animation, you know? You know how good anime movie animation can be? It's almost that level of quality, and that's amazing, because it's a TV series. They must, I don't know what the production values were for this thing, but I imagined it was probably billions, considering how the animation looks. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, the fight scenes were great. The characters they choose to focus on were really well done, and it was just a really entertaining show. And it actually got me to like Shiro because I tried watching the original version. Like I said, I got about 10 or so episodes into it out of like 25. I just hated Shiro Emiya so freaking much. I hated him so much because. And it's because of the reason why a lot of people have mixed reactions towards him, and I'll tell you about it once this thing decides to cut, because... There we go. My camera can only hold up to 20 seconds before it restarts, so if you're wondering why it keeps cutting, that's why. I'm probably just going to split this up into like 3 parts anyway, so it's not really going to be that big a deal. But that said though, one thing I always hated about Shiro Emiya is his desire to be a hero of justice, to make a world where everyone can be happy, you know, but just his philosophy is admirable but foolish, and I always felt he was a moron because of it in the original series. Thankfully, I no longer think that with Unlimited Blade Works. They actually got me to like Shiro Emiya. First off, because I think they do a better job at explaining why he is the way he is. Now, granted, I haven't watched the original series fully, so they probably do that as well. Maybe. But either way, I felt they did a better job at it. Not to mention, he acknowledges it's foolish. And another thing is, another problem I had with him, apparently this is only in the Fate pathway with the original material, but one thing I hated about the original series is when there's a scene where Saber is fighting Berserker, and then Berserker is swinging his axe. Now Saber can survive it. I mean, Saber was really strong, so I'm pretty sure she could survive it even if she did get hit by it. It would hurt her a lot, but she would still survive it. So what does Shiro Emiya does? He acts like a dumbass and thinks that she can't defend herself, so he walks right in front of her and gets hit himself. Thankfully, Shiro has the common courtesy to not do that. He realizes that Rin and Saber can protect themselves and leaves it at that. He doesn't go out of his way to protect them unless they need saving, unless they desperately need it. And you know what? That is a fair compromise. Thank you. You know, they just made him a lot... They just didn't make him as dumb as he was in the other series. And I'm not gonna say he was that way in the original material, a light novel, or anything else, because I haven't seen the rest of it yet. But in this series, I think he's much better. So, and from what I hear, it's actually closer to his original counterpart from what I hear, so hopefully it is. So thankfully, Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works is worth a watch, at least in my opinion. I've heard some people say it's not really the best idea to watch that first. Well, too late now. I'm gonna watch Fate Zero next, and then afterwards I'll probably watch Heaven's Feel once that comes out, since it's done by the same team, and, well, they already impressed me once, and I hear Fate Zero is fucking phenomenal as well, so, you know, better not be lying to me. No, I'm sure you aren't. Next up is the Kill la Kill dub. Again, you know, if you're wondering why some of these series have come out a year before, it's because they were either still airing or they were airing their dub, and that's the version I watched, so it counts for me. So the dub for Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is, like Gurren Lagann, really stupid, but really awesome. And I really can't say anything more than that. I like that it didn't end on a Gainax ending. That was nice. They took them after... It took Studio Trigger a long time to get out. It took it when Studio Trigger was made. They were former Gainax employees, so it took them to leave Gainax in order to stop making Gainax endings. Thank Christ. But regardless of such, Yeah, I enjoyed Kill la Kill. It was dumb fun. It was a dumb fun, and it had some really likable characters too. So, it was like Gurren Lagann in the sense that it's junk food. It's really fun. It's just dumb fun. It's like watching the first Transformers movie. It's fun for what it is. It's indeed very stupid, but it is very fun. Unlike the sequels to Transformers. And the last thing I'll go over is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2 is a series that I was mixed on at the start. Season 1 just really wasn't that good, in my opinion. It got better once the twist with Winter Soldier happened, when that S.H.I.E.L.D. was compromised by Hydra since the beginning. Ever since then, it got better, but it still wasn't perfect. Season 2 finally sort of does what I want it to. It has focus, it tells a very good story, and it develops the characters further, because I didn't really feel like anything, like, by the end of Season 1, I didn't really feel like anything major really happened, except for what happened in Winter Soldier, of course, but that was obvious. Like, what I should say is that nothing really happened until halfway through the series. Like, nothing was really going anywhere until halfway through the series. Thankfully, Season 2 stuff is constantly happening. They keep continuing the plot. We go further into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we actually see the Inhumans, and that's really cool. Get to meet them, and that's really cool. We get to see Skye's backstory, and that's really awesome. Skye finally isn't annoying like she was. She's actually a really competent badass. But, of course, still makes wisecracks when she needs to, when she wants to. And, you know what, that's fine. They're not nearly as poorly written as they were before. Is it everything about Season 2 pretty much improved on what Season 1 already did right, but it also took the things that didn't work about Season 1 and fixes them, or just gets rid of them entirely. So it's pretty much, it's a really good season. Thankfully, Season 3 is getting a lot more of viewership because of what Season 2 did, well, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Netflix now, so, you know, I'd recommend it. And Phil Coulson is entertaining as always. So, with that said, that's pretty much all I have on the list, so I shall see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed.